You've heard the beginning of this story before. Precious Bradley, a 27-year-old Greensboro woman searching for her biological parents.
She was left on a doorstep as a newborn. She was adopted and grew up in a loving home, but always wanted answers about her past. And tonight, we have them.
WFMY News 2's Erica Stapleton takes us through the next chapter.
Precious Bradley is kind of like an open book.
A lot of things I feel like I spoke into existence.
And the story grips you from the get-go. Left on a doorstep as a newborn baby, adopted with no idea or clues about her biological parents, drawn to A&T for college to start looking for them in Greensboro. And as we sit here in the campus library at 27 years old, she's finally filled one of her biggest plot holes.
I found my mom and dad.
That's right, the mystery that's loomed over her for decades, now solved.
Blown. Completely blown.
Shortly after the last time we talked to Precious, she got a hit on Ancestry.com. Turns out it led to her father, which then led to her mother.
I had to do it like I was taking a business call. I mean, you have to get right into it or else you might check it out. The conversation was just really asking questions, those vital questions.
Like, why leave me on a doorstep?
I definitely think that it was a cry for help. She did what she felt was the best option that she had. And at the end of the day, I'm perfectly fine with that option because I'm able to live because of her.
Her biological family has been in North Carolina all these years. Her father in the Greensboro area, her mother closer to Raleigh. Precious has been getting to know some of her new family members, bonded by blood, but essentially strangers.
Definitely baby steps. This isn't something that you just, and just go out there and do it.
That's why, in this chapter, you're not going to meet them. But you will meet another character who's been around since the beginning.
It's like we've known each other forever.
Pam Tompkins technically has.
Might be just an empty box, I was going to bring it in.
She first met Precious in 1991 when she found a baby abandoned on the front porch of her daycare.
And I'm like, what is that? Is that an animal or did somebody leave a cat or what?
Mrs. Tompkins called for help.
Oh, she's spicy, y'all.
A call that made this moment possible.
Auntie's wedding.
Precious showing Mrs. Tompkins her baby book.
So sweet.
Photos showing lots of love and support with her adoptive family.
She saved me. Anything could have happened to me in the box.
Precious connected with Mrs. Tompkins around the time she came to college after reading her name in an old newspaper clipping she uncovered. But they never met in person until this summer. Mrs. Tompkins hadn't seen Precious since the day she found her on her doorstep. But just because she was out of sight didn't mean she was out of mind.
But shortly after we knew, my husband and I knew we wanted to foster, wanted to do something.
Inspired, Mrs. Tompkins and her husband grew their own family.
We have 10, 9 adopted and 1 biological.
What? How crazy is that?
Almost as crazy as a story about a baby left on a doorstep.
And I definitely feel like Miss Tompkins is someone who has been strategically placed, one of my guardian angels.
Thank you. Our fingertips are cold.
Keep it on for now.